Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Eric here. I want to welcome back any of my old subscribers, any new subscribers, anybody's on the fence. If you're on the fence, I hope that you will, throughout time, decide to come along this journey with me here, guys. Like I said before, this is only the beginning. I had to start before I was ready. Definitely wasn't ready. But I want to be able to look back to and show people that, like, this is where I started. I started before I even got to the Philippines. I try to teach you guys as I go along, all the things that, that I've learned and that I'm still learning, and how to prepare, all that stuff. And then I can look back, years from now, and I can always refer people back. Eric, how did you do this? Whatever. Well, go back and check out, my video, because I'm not going to be able to remember that at that point. So, all right, anyway, guys, welcome back. This video is going to be, why, or what it's like being blind. So it's going to be kind of somber, but not really. If you guys have been watching me at least for a little bit, you'll know that I don't get into the whole woe is me, somber. Some things are a little somber because that's kind of, unavoidable. But for the most part, I'm not pity party Paul by any stretch of the imagination. I'm never going to be. I'm thankful for what vision I have, guys. Some people can't see a damn thing. I think we all know that. There's always somebody who's got it worse. So, this is just me. I thought, maybe somebody might get, some value out of this, or maybe one or two or 10 or 20 you guys, I don't know, might want to know kind of what is, one of the things, what it's like being blind, and kind of some of the things that, we deal with. I'm only legally blind. For me, my main thing is lights. Like even right now, this ring light I got, and well, obviously I have to have good lighting for the video, but lamp over here, light up here. This is super bright for me. Like I can see the phone, but it's kind of blurry. But you guys gotta be able to see my face. That's even though my face ain't nothing great to look at, it's still kind of a YouTube 101 type of thing. You gotta have good lighting. So I suffer through it for you guys. Remember that, guys. I'm suffering for you, okay? All right. I don't see colors. I have what's called bilateral retinal cone dystrophy, and I have had it since birth. It's basically in the back of our eyes. Most of us, normal people, we have, millions of these little cells, those little cone-like shells, which are called cones, and then, your rods, which are kind of cylinder shaped. My cones were more affected. Which they deal more with light refraction. So because my cones are more affected, my eyes don't filter the light properly. So even any kind of light like I got going on here is really bright for me. I see colors, but I don't know how to recognize a lot of them. If colors were just basic, if we just had a basic yellow, red, green, blue, black, purple, pink, whatever, white. If it was just those colors, just the base ones, I'd be fine, because I kind of recognize the shades. Black's a lot darker than blue. Black's darker than everything, but if you get like a real dark wide and red, then kind of like a off black, those almost look the same to me. To you guys they wouldn't, or most of you guys they wouldn't, but to me they do. So there's that. The rods are more like peripheral vision and central vision. So like my depth perception's all right. If my rods were affected more, my depth perception would probably be more affected. The part that affects that my rods have been affected is the peripheral. Like I can look at the camera, and most of you guys can see like way out here. Okay, I don't know how the camera's probably come too close to probably not picking up my hands all the way out here, but me, I'm like right here. Now I can see my hands. So that's just, and I don't see far away. I'm not sure what deals with the far away vision. I think that's more cones. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Because my rods are nowhere near as affected as my cones. But yeah, you guys can look it up if you like. Bilateral retinal cone dystrophy. I know it's a mouthful. But, oh yeah, let's get into some of the things. Yep, I got my notepad as usual. Because my memory sucks. Some of the things that we deal with being blind. And I'll just kind of run over these. I don't want to make this a 30-minute video. You kind of get left behind a little bit. I'll tell you guys a real quick little story. When I was about 15 when I was, young. I don't know what age the kids get their driver's license nowadays, but when I was about 15, 16, I knew I was blind from the get-go, obviously, and I dealt with the best I could. It wasn't really, a huge deal up until I hit about, excuse me, sorry guys, I got something in my eye. Talking about eyes, I got something in my eye. Till I was about 16, and the other kids were getting their licenses at that point. I think back then you had like a year permit from 15 to 16, and then if you didn't have any follow-ups when you were 16, you were good to go. Obviously, me being legally blind, I can't drive not safely. Between me and you guys, I've driven down a few back roads. I've actually driven from town to town a couple times on the back roads, about 8, maybe 9 miles, 10 miles. Really stupid, wouldn't recommend that. I just got kind of sick and tired of not being able to, just not being mobile, guys. The people that drive cars and are able to drive, and it's not so much of a deal in the Philippines and my Philippine viewers or subscribers, because you guys have trikes and jeepneys and all that take you everywhere. Well, here in America, no, we don't have all that. They have the city buses in the bigger city, but I'm in this I'm in a small town, hole in the wall town here that nobody's ever heard of. So we don't have that. We have a transit here, but it only runs certain times of the day, and it doesn't run on the weekends. So yeah, if I didn't have somebody to drive me around, that would be a big issue. So yeah, anyway, the point is, I kind of got left behind. I'll be honest, I never really fully recovered from that. All pity party and all that crap aside. Like I said, you guys know I don't play that, but I'm just being real with you here. It sucked, and it continues to suck. And I'll be honest, it's not something I ever really got over. And maybe I never will. I don't know. But that's one of the things. So we'll move on to another one. It's hard to keep up. It just kind of ties in. A lot of these tie in. Keeping up with normal people. A lot of the way we learn as human beings is, I think it's like 75, 80% visually. We learn, like social cues, especially seeing somebody from across the room, seeing that little wink that somebody might give you, or a smile from across the room. There's just so many. I can't even name like even 1/1,000,000th of them. All the little things. You guys know what I'm talking about. All the little things, the little social cues, the way we learn, the way we kind of read each other's facial expressions. All these things that it's kind of subconscious as you're growing up. I missed out on a lot of that, guys, because I can't see that smile or that wink from across the room. And, it is what it is. Like I said, it's not a pity party. So it led to a lot of communication issues. It led to a lot of, I'm a pretty smart guy, but I had a little bit of I don't call it a learning disability, but it took me a lot longer to get along with people socially and whatnot, because they didn't understand me and I didn't really know how to understand them. And there was always that great divide, and I did the best I could. A lot of people did the best they could. Sometimes I was able to connect with people just because the stars aligned, or you just mesh with some people regardless of your differences. We've all ran into those type of people. Sometimes they end up being our best friend or whatever, who knows. But I missed out on a lot of that, a lot of potential relationships, friendships, all that stuff. Maybe I missed out on some relationships that would have been hell. Maybe it was a good thing, kind of a blessing in disguise. I don't know, guys, but anyway, so yeah, keeping up with normal people it's almost impossible. When you're blind, it's just not going to happen. You do the best you can, but this one's kind of crappy, and you guys might not want to believe this because it's kind of a real, disgusting thing. But I was made to feel less than a lot. Because of, and a lot of people didn't come right out and be direct about it, but it's like, well, okay, we can't, pick Eric for the basketball team because, you can't see that well. Even though I did play a lot of basketball, my Filipino viewers will be happy to know we'll try my best when I get there, maybe play some pickup games with maybe some of the street kids or whatever the heck, or I don't know. I'm down for a game of basketball. I'll try my best. I had a pretty good jump shot. My ball handling was never the best, and it was hard because sometimes when you're playing basketball, the ball goes thrown at you fast, and you got to react fast. It's hard sometimes for my eyes to focus that quick. You know what I mean? But I'll damn sure give my best. That's for sure. I grew up watching Michael Jordan, and I'm in Michigan, so the Detroit Pistons. But MJ, let's be honest, guys. I mean, it's Michael Jordan. Do I really need to say anymore? The dude was kind of a force to be reckoned with. Another one. Most will never understand, and that's just that's just the cold hard truth. It's like I'll never understand what it's like to be autistic, or I'll never understand what it's like to be crippled. I don't understand blindness because it's what I live, and that's just that's what makes us different as people. Nothing wrong with that, I guess, but it kind of sucks. It'd be nice to be able to connect with more people. And believe it or not, there's really not. I mean, they say there's a few million blind people in the world, but I really haven't met a whole lot, except like when I went to the school for the blind down in Michigan State, down in Lansing, years and years ago when I was a kid. Then they kind of congregated together, or at like Camp Tush Mahita, which was kind of like not just blind but disabled people camp. But I remember helping out because there was a couple crippled kids there and whatnot. I was always eager to help out because obviously people with disabilities are kind of close to my heart. You know what I mean? And I'm actually going to be looking into maybe possibly working with disabled people because I know they have disabled people in the Philippines. If I can too, guys, I'm definitely ready to lend a hand. Because that's just who I am. So, but yeah, the bottom line is most people. I mean, I'm not going to yammer on and on about it, but if you don't live it, guys, you don't know. If you don't live it, you don't know. So that's just what it is. It's unfortunate. We do our best as human beings to try to understand each other. That's the best we can do. You know what I mean? So we'll just touch on one more. I can go on and on with these guys, but I just wanted to do like 6 or 7 talking points here. Subject to more stress. I think that's kind of, common sense in a way. Because obviously somebody that deals with disabilities, I deal with all the regular life stresses that everybody else deals with. Obviously, I mean that's on all our shoulders. But when you throw this on top of it, I might seem like a bright and chipper guy in here, and for the most part, I am. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to hear people whine about their problems anyway. Not that I would, guys, but nobody wants to hear about that. And my channel's about positivity, so. And I'll be honest with you. I'll be 100% honest with you guys because that's the way I am. That's the way I will always be with you guys. You can look me in the eye when I tell you this. I'm not afraid. How can I put it? The channel's been good for me. It's been a reason for me to stay positive, even though my channel's still small right now, and maybe it always will be. I don't really care. I like making videos. I've already helped a few people along the way. That's the great thing about this YouTube thing, guys, is we have even though it's through the phones or computers or whatever, we have the ability to connect with people that we would have, without this, we would have never known each other. You know what I mean? It's a big world out there. I would have never ended up going to the Philippines. I would have never met my Filipina. Like, this technology stuff, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's also kind of, if you let it, and don't let it rule your life, but if you let it, it can bring us together in a way. I still don't think it should substitute for us actually being like in each other's physical presence. It's kind of put a divide on that a little bit, which I don't really like. That's one thing I like about the Philippines. I noticed that you guys get together and you do stuff. You know what I mean? Whether it's basketball games in the street or volleyball games. I was watching on Roger and Esme's channel the other day. They had the girls out there doing the volleyball thing. It was really cool in the rain. Like, Filipinos are like, what, rain? Who gives a rip? It's a Monday. You know what I mean? Like, you guys don't really care. So that's awesome. I love that about you guys. And I really can't wait to get over there. And I hope you guys will be as accepting of me as I will of you. 100%. I'm not perfect. I'm never going to claim to be. I'll do my best to fit in wherever I can. You know what I mean? And if you see me, I'm always approachable. And you probably will, because I'm 6'1" and I'm white. So I'm gonna stick out like a freaking sore thumb. There's no doubt about it. I mean, there's other expats over there. I don't think there's a lot younger like me. I'm only 40. I guess that's kind of young. I don't know. But no, I'm sure there's some over there. But yeah, I'll definitely stick out. But if you see me, man, come holler at me. I'm just as friendly in real life as I am on here, no doubt. So, all right, guys, I'll quit yapping. I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you got any kind of value out of this, whether it's a feel good or you learn something, feel good story, you learn something, yeah, drop me a like. I appreciate it. If if you think anybody, maybe you might know a visually impaired person or a handicapped person needs a little pep talk, share my video. That really helps get it out there, along with the likes for the algorithm. Consider subscribing if you're new. I know you're probably wondering, why is this guy in America doing a video on the Philippines? Once again, I did a video a couple videos back. I'll put it right up here at the info slot there about, the video was literally titled why I'm doing videos on the Philippines still being in America. So yeah, that's that. And of course, don't forget to turn on those noties, guys. You gotta turn those little noties so you never miss one of my too hot to handle, too cold to hold, in your face videos. Yeah, right. It's gonna get a lot better, guys. Don't worry. It'll be a lot better when I get over to the Philippines. And like I said, I'm just trying to do what I can for now. So bear with me. I appreciate you guys coming along. I'm far from the greatest YouTuber out there. But if I can at least make you smile or teach you something or give you some inspiration, make you feel a little better, whatever, then you know what? Job well done. That's what it is, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you stopping by. And yeah, man, we'll catch you in the next one in a few days. Later, guys.